Hi everybody, here we are for another exciting episode of Cranky Gamers UK. It is episode 257, and believe it or not, my wife had to tell me this last night, it's June the 1st already. Can't believe it, we're in June. I suppose the good thing about that is, about 11 days to the World Cup I think, by my calculation. I've finally got over the morning of no Premier League for me next year, and finally settling down to a bit more, getting my head around the World Cup. But then again, you can't help with the TV already going crazy. So there we go. Anyway, let's crack straight on, guys. Full show today because it's all three of us. We welcome back the traveller entrepreneur for his cruise. He's been on a cruise. So a big welcome to Ricky. How are you, mate?
I'm really good. Thanks very much. Yeah.
Sounds like you had a really nice time. You've just been telling us that you're very jealous, I've got to say. Cruise is my dream holiday, which probably will never happen. But
well, you never know.
Like.
You never know.
You know what? I've always said, even all families sit around, don't they? Oh, if I win the lottery, what's the first thing you do? And I've always said, if I ever got a big lottery win, it'd be a really long round-the-world cruise to settle down, out of the way, and get your head in gear. Mm-hmm. But my missus does not like water. And I mean, seriously, does not like watering, to the point of she won't go across piers, she won't go and stand near the edge of anything. So getting her on a boat would be...
Yeah.
hard.
Is it more of a phobia, I suppose?
I don't know if it's a phobia or not. She's just trouble with my missus, when she gets set in her ways, it really is virtually impossible to change. So, but I suppose if a cruise was there, we'd take it. Yeah. We'd see. Anyway, and you heard him in the background as well, guys. Steve's back, of course. Welcome again, Steve, this morning.
Yeah, morning. All good.
Good. Just one thing. I'm supposed to talk about the show anyway, but and my Xbox has updated again this morning. But I'll talk about that later. That is the third update in one day since yesterday morning. And like I think I tweeted about it, two of them have interrupted me again. And I thought they'd cut that out. And I'll tell you what, one of them was so annoying. I was right at the end of, the crappy version of Hollywood's film where they rescue the president in the White House.
Oh, yeah, White House.
And Hollywood always bring two films out, don't they, every year to compete. There's always a very similar film by a different studio. And I think the one with
White House Down and Olympus Down, wasn't it?
Olympus is brilliant.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal. I really enjoyed that good action film. And then White House Down. I had already seen it, but it was on Sky's Quick Look, and I'd got nothing to watch yesterday with not much sport being around. So I've put it on, and I'm right at the climax where the absolute hell's kicking off on the garden and really starting to kick off. At the next minute, blue screen, pause, you need an update. And I'm thinking, my controller's other side of the room. I know it's not far, but other side of the room. I'm thinking, for God's sake. And then lo and behold, it happened again late at night, last night, around about 8, 9 o'clock. And I've just got up this morning. Although this morning's didn't interrupt me, it actually just... I went to look and you saw the old thing in the bottom corner saying...
Which I've never had for ages. I've had the latest update for the June preview, and that's it.
Funny if the one you said, the update that you said we'd got when I think where you could change your name was the first update, wasn't it? That happened all automatically for me, which again baffles me because I didn't have to install it, I didn't have to download it. I could literally, because I was going on when I saw you tweet about it, I thought, I'll have a look, see if I've got it. So I went to see the update, it was greyed out, and I thought, okay, that's a bit strange. So then I just went into my friends and I could change my name. And I thought, oh, okay. So we decided to do that.
I had to look for mine. I went to look. I got the email that the text we got from them saying that the update's incoming. Then I saw it there, updates ready to roll. So I just did the update that way from looking at the system, and we got different.
I don't want to bang on about it, but it's getting so messy, and I know that they've got to update and they're trying to fix things.
Okay,
I mean, come on.
I'm going to put something to you now. You guys have both got your boxes plugged into your Xbox, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, World Cup. It's penalties. It's England. I won't say it's World Cup final. Let's go to second round. And all of a sudden, there's an update.
Do you know what? I think you have just made my mind up. That'd not even crossed my mind.
Well, do you remember 4 years ago? Everybody was on Sky. Was it ITV HD? Because I was messaging a mate because he didn't have HD at the time. I was like, I'm on HD, and giving him all that. And then ITV chopped the HD screen, didn't they, just before Gerrard scored against America?
It was a Liverpool goal. It was a big goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was England USA, and they chopped.
That was it.
They chopped the Gerrard goal off. All I saw when it came back on was him celebrating in the corner. I went bloody livid. So imagine if it's Microsoft.
I mean. You're right. I think we're not far off taking it out, to be honest. Just
for a few weeks. I think it's a good concept. Put it back in afterwards.
But I was actually asking myself this question yesterday,
and
I was looking at it, and it switches on. It's the old Xbox on malarkey, and I'm sat there, and I'm sat playing the Vita, playing a bit of Borderlands, which was obviously I'll talk about later, playing that, and then I went on to the PS3 just to have a look at something, and then I went on to the Xbox 360 again, which I'll come back to. And I'm actually sat there thinking, is there anything I want to play on this machine? And not only have I got anything that I fancy playing, yes, I know I've got games, but I'm just not interested in them. We all have that, don't we? We all have games we've got and just lost interest. And I'm actually thinking, then my next breath was, but what is coming next? What game is coming next that I'm like thinking, I'll get that because I want to play it? And it's just starting to really sit there like an absolute white elephant.
Well, everyone's saying that both machines are struggling for games anyway.
Do you know what? And I was not going to escape that feeling as well later on. I know people on Twitter, the tweeters this week, because I think we've all been, as Watch Dogs arrived, we was all saying things like, there's not a lot to play, and I've got a lot of opinions about Watch Dogs and the kind of press it's got this week because of this reason. And both machines are struggling. And like I discussed with Steve last week, I've heard big rumours that E3 on all fronts are going to be really heavily weighted towards 2015 for releases.
This is where they need to add, both machines need to add a bit of backward compatibility then, so we can at least play something without having to dig out the old machine. So.
But
it's funny, there's some rumours of that kicking around as well, I saw, but I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, but PlayStation have got it already. It's kicked off in America and it's working fine. So PlayStation have got it now with PlayStation Now, so that is already here. Or getting
look down at my notes, mate. The first, what I've been doing.
Oh, right, what's happened? Is there a disaster going? Anyway.
No, I'll tell you about it when I get there.
Right, I'll tell you what, let's crack on with the intro, because we've gone away from it. We'll crack on with the intro. This week then, guys, I finally gave up on, sadly, Wolfenstein and Watch Dogs. I've just no chance of getting either. I felt a bit let down with the Watch Dogs, actually. I mentioned to Steve last week the whole way that Ubisoft have been starting to do their reviews. And I know, I'm privileged and I get the odd review now and again, but what just I felt let down with this week is you get no information either way. You literally get one email 2 weeks ago saying that, we've sorted them out, there's quite a few of you, I'll be in touch. That was the last email I've ever received. And I even asked, I think, Sunday night, Saturday morning, to say, have we missed out this time? And it is a privileged situation, and I really, obviously, do enjoy it when I do, and I don't get as many as people think, and I'll always say that, and I'll carry on saying it. And a questioning point this week, got neither, for that exact same reason. And to be honest, I think we'll have a lot more to talk about it, because I know, Steve, you were fortunate enough to get to Boomerang. I messed up with Boomerang, and to be honest, if I'd have been on my metal last week and got my brain in gear, I think I probably would have got Watch Dogs myself. But fortunately, Boomerang came through with Borderlands 2 on the Vita, which I've got to say surprised me, because I didn't push it up in the list. It was on my reserve list of, due to be out very shortly. So, when they said that was coming, I was a little bit pleased, because I'd literally got nothing to play, and so much so this week, I've actually really annoyed the kids, but I wasn't bothered, because I dragged the 360 out their bedroom that they are using for a DVD player. But we're going to pick a cheap DVD player up this week for them, I think, just to stick in the room. But I got that out to play some Rock Band. So played me some Rock Band this week, which I'll give a small mention. There's obviously not a lot to talk about, but I was really, really desperate this week. But judging by press and all the chat about Watch Dogs, I don't think I've missed out, to be fair, which is a little disappointing, because I'd still like to play it. I've watched a lot of videos this week when I'd actually resigned myself not to get in it. I've watched a few reviews. I've watched a lot of, a bit of gameplay here and there on Twitch and stuff like that. I'd still like to play it, but I do also see in the videos and the comments that I see the reason why people are a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to go on the old bandwagon of graphics and stuff and moaning that it doesn't look as good, because that to me is irrelevant when it's the gameplay in games.
Exactly, yeah.
A game could look rubbish, but if you enjoy that game, so be it. So I don't buy that, and I don't buy all the hoo-ha about, Nvidia's designed it for their PC cards, and I think I may have. I don't know if I've stuck it in the news. I'm just actually scrolling down to the news now. I picked up a news story yesterday when I was sorting the news out, where no, I haven't actually. I decided not to pull it in, but where Nvidia actually felt the need to make a statement regarding that they didn't favour Nvidia cards, which I thought was really desperate. If they have to defend themselves, which they don't, of course, which is stupid. But anyway, we'll have a lot more to say about that. I've had a couple of games of Mario Golf. I've actually must remember this week. That's got to go back. I keep forgetting. Nintendo reviews are always on loan, and I always forget to send them back. And I noticed this week that that's still there. So still a great game, by the way. A lot of people have asked me about Mario Golf. It's one of them games, I think, when it's starting to come down in price round about now, it's a great game to have on the system. Pick it up when you're travelling. It's just a great little game. There's a lot more to it than I first thought originally when I finished it and talked about it on the show. Nice little surprise for me yesterday when the wife got home and gave me a couple of early Christmas presents, which it was.
Very early.
Father's Day early gifts, because they'd been out on a shopping trip to Derby, and I was actually a bit disappointed and relieved. I got 2 Star Wars ships that I've not got, and we've actually finally decided yesterday I've now no more room. I cannot have anything else. I've no more actual space to put them in. All my cupboards took up completely. Even I've took over one of the sideboards, which she's not too pleased about.
You need your own room, I think. That's what you need.
Well, that's why I'm waiting for the kids to bugger off. Then I can have I've already said to the missus when they've gone, I says, that's my room. She goes, what are you going to do? I says, I'm making a really big giant table and starting a big Star Wars build. And she says, you're not. I says, I am. But yeah, and the disappointment was she was going to get me the Ghostbusters car. The Ghostbusters car's finally come on sale in the shops, and she found an amazing shop in Derby, apparently, that she phoned me and said they've got an entire wall about 20 foot long from floor to ceiling full of Lego Star Wars. And I'm thinking, oh God, I wish I was there. But yeah, I could have had the Ghostbusters car, a bit disappointed. I think I might get that at a later date, but the reviews of that I've seen it's very small.
Is it expensive?
It was £44, she said, in the shop, and looking round, that is about the price range, 44, 45. Mm-hmm. This was a design by a normal person. Lego do a scheme, apparently, where people can submit ideas and things they like on Lego, and then Lego pick them up and run with it. And apparently there's a good story on YouTube of the guy who submitted the Ghostbusters idea, and shows his original idea, and Lego accepted it, took it on, made it into a kit. I'd be interested to see if he gets any money for that, actually. But they've actually dumbed down his design. If you look at his original design, it's quite big. But Lego, obviously, they have to make it safe for kids and make it a design to stick together in their ingenious way. And it looks very small. If anybody's got the Back to the Future car, which is an awesome kit, but again, very small for the price, so that's what put me off. But anyway, and finally on the Lego front, I found a shop in my local area that sold Simpsons minifigs, because I'm trying to collect 16 of them. First shop I'd ever been in. Really excited. Bought 2, got home, tweeted the pictures. I got 2 Marge Simpsons. I thought, cheers, that's really good. And I picked one from the front, one from the back, and I got 2 of the same. But kind community member has done a swap this week. We've done a swap of one for his, one for mine. So it's quite good. It's like being the football card things. I love it. Do you know what? I actually love it. It's brilliant. But sad thing is, I say the store's close to me. It's 12 mile away. So, but it is where we do our local shopping.